Greetings, Local 2627 sisters and brothers. Today is Tuesday, July 16th. Short message, just a couple of things going on. One thing is kind of disappointing from my point of view. I was looking at the AC breakdown regulations, and apparently on the second day that the AC is not working at your location, the agency at their discretion can give you comp time or 1 day or hour early off. I mean, that's not very exciting. I mean, your AC breaks down and maybe 90 degrees, and the only thing they're going to do is give you an hour compensation or let you leave an hour early. I mean, but anyway, that's the way it is. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing that we can do about it. Now, on the next item, standby time at home. You know, when you're asked to stand by at home and they call you on your phone, at what time do you go on the real payroll is the question. How long? And this question we can't answer right now because we had a problem at DC 37 building, and the files that we needed to access over there we couldn't access because the building seems to be having a couple of problems. We're still on schedule though to be back on July 22nd. So be aware and stay alert, because next week I will give you the stuff I have on a policy for standing by your home and how you're paid. We want to know how much you're paid, and for example, if you talk for 15 minutes on the phone, are they only going to pay you for 15 minutes, or are they going to pay you for an hour? I mean, these are the kind of things I want to find out. And right now, the copies of the contract that I have are not clear talking about this. Now, there's a people is public employees organized to promote legislative equality. There's going to be a meeting on July 26th. It's going to run from 6 to 9 o'clock, and you can be able to meet the candidates that DC 37 endorsed and be able to talk to them and see what they have to say, and I guess a few of them will be giving speeches. Now, there is a $10 fee unless you bring 2 people to sign them up for people. If you sign up for people organization, then you'll be able to get them for free. But again, it's like $10, but you'll be able to meet and greet all the people who DC 37 has endorsed for this election that's coming up in November. And remember, the election date is November 5th. The primary is September 10th. If there's a runoff, it's going to be October the 1st. Now, what you need to do is please, and I can't push this enough, I keep on talking about this election, because this election is going to really have a big reflection on the rest of your life, how the rest of your life goes. Because one thing that we do not want, we don't want zeros. And that's what the mayoral candidates are talking about, except for John Liu. And it's a shame. And we probably won't have it the way it looks. We may not have a contract for at least 2 years. So we're talking about maybe 5 to 6 years without a contract. And they're talking about zeros for the time that we don't have a contract. And as you know, for the CUNY members, our contract does not start until after the city gets a contract, because they use the city contract as a benchmark. Now, if you want to get involved in this whole campaign thing, campaign locations that DC 37 is set up, they're listed on our website. There's 5 different locations, 1 in every borough, and you need to get out there, because this election is literally going to make you or break you if we don't get the right person in there. Another thing, another different subject is emails. People have a tendency to send us very, very, very long emails. I mean, 2 to 3 page emails talking about this situation. Now, it would be a lot simpler if we could talk to you on the phone about it, because we do not have time to sit down here and write back 1 or 2 page responses. So please, 2 things. First, before you send us an email, call us so we can look for the email, because we get 60 to 70 emails a day. The second thing is, please do not send us an email without your agency, your real name, not your alias meaning your email address name, because most of the time it's not the same as your name, and your phone number, a phone number that we can call you back on. A lot of times people send us emails and we don't respond to them because we have no way to respond to them unless we send them an email reply. And like I'm saying, there's only 2 people in this office. We do not have time to sit there and type up back and forth asking you questions about the email, the details, things like that. So please, if you're going to send us an email, you need to send us an email. Please call us and talk to us first. You have our numbers, and make sure that we have your email, we have your phone number in the email. And the last thing is good and welfare. Unknown to me, or I never knew the gentleman, Salvador Ferrari, who is or I should say, was the husband of Amy Kudlow, who is the DC 37 HR director. Uh, he passed away this week. And for you who knew him, this would be before my time. If you need information about where the service is going to be, the service is going to be the funeral service is going to be tomorrow. I just got the memo today, and there were viewings on the 15th and 16th, but like I'm saying, today is the 16th. If you need the information now, what makes Salvador special is that I found out today that Salvador was a 2627 former president at one time. This is when we were not a union. We were just a club, or whatever you want to describe, however you want to describe it. But this is he's one of the people that started, who helped push to get 2627 into a DC 37 union. So we're sorry to hear this news, and we're sorry for our friend Amy. And like I said, if you need any information about the details for those who knew him, please give us a call, and we will take care of it. And let me remind you again, on the standby time issue, look at the video next week, and I should have some more details on that. And please make sure you vote. I cannot impress on you how important this next mayoral election is going to be. And let me also mention, don't believe the hype about the polls, because unless you've been actually polled, I don't know who's producing these polls, because there's a lot of misinformation going out there. There are people who are not even being mentioned that have a significant impact of what's happening out there. And as far as Wiener and Spitzer, the only place those two people should be is on Jerry Springer, Mary Povich, or Steve Wilkos, one of those shows, because since they embarrassed themselves, and they embarrassed the city of New York, and they abused our trust in them, they don't need to be any place but on one of those type of shows. In solidarity, until I talk to you next week, this is Robert Ajayi.